What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So I wanted to go ahead and drop a video on Jaime Munguia. As we all know, it was a huge upset. Jaime Munguia got knocked out clean. You know, it's stuff that happens, man. I'm actually on my way to my sister's house. She needs me to change a few light bulbs for her, so you know, gotta handle that up or whatnot. So I'm doing this video in the car or whatnot. But I want to go ahead and talk about Jaime Munguia, man. First and foremost, man, I can't remember the guy he fought. I can't remember the guy's name. I think, what was it? I think it was like Bruno something, bro. Anyways, listen, Jaime Munguia, you know, he came out. I don't know if it's possible that he underestimated this dude. It's possible that, you know, he just didn't respect the power, and then, you know, this guy just, you know, a lot of things can happen. But I'm gonna tell you something I've always stated, bro, and that people wouldn't know this if they haven't boxed before. But just because a fighter doesn't have a lot of knockouts does not mean that he doesn't have power, and people often get that confused, right? Now, it's many variables as to why this fighter possibly doesn't have a lot of knockouts, right? It could be the fact that maybe like his style doesn't warrant him to take the risk or whatnot to get a knockout. He may have like because one thing I want to go ahead and let you know something, and this is for the people, especially the people that don't box. The people that box, they understand what I'm saying, but a lot of people that don't box, they often think that, like, say for example, a grown man who is a professional fighter, even though he may have like 5 knockouts, they often think that, like, I guess that, like, if he punches you, you know, you like, it just feels like pillows. Like, first and foremost, any grown man, I don't care if they have 0 knockouts, I don't care if they have 100 knockouts. Any grown man that hits you, you're gonna feel it. Now, some of it, sometimes, you have different variables of power, right? You have people that you've been hit by, it's like, oh, okay, no, that dude got heavy hands, I can't get touched by that. Or you have people that got popped, but it's like, okay, I can take this. But at the very end of the day, as a grown man, if a grown man hits you, bro, you're gonna feel it. And if a grown man catches you, especially catches you when you're not, you know, when you catches you slipping, it can definitely have that type of impact on you. I don't care how many knockouts a person has. So people, like, and I've always stated that. I did a video about, like, Tim Bradley with that. Like, that's just what it is. But a lot of guys that's never boxed before, they often think that, like, guys like, you know, they call, like, guys like Devin Haney pillow-fisted or Floyd Mayweather pillow-fisted. But listen, if they were really pillow-fisted, then it would be no need for defense. You would just be able to walk through them without feeling anything, right? It's a reason why, even though guys that have these few knockouts, when they throw a punch, you're trying to get away from it. So, or you're trying to block and protect yourself. So I just want to go ahead and debunk that. But it looked like Jaime Munguia had, from what I saw, because I didn't even watch the fight live. I honestly went out because I'm thinking that, like, when fights like this, I always catch the replay because it's like, okay, this fight is not going to tell me anything. You know, I'm not excited about this fight. I knew it was just a stay busy fight. So I was pretty much thinking that this dude was just in line, another victim of Jaime Munguia. It wasn't anything that I was just, I had already had plans, right? Now, if this was like a Jaime Munguia versus Edgar Berlanga or something like that, I wouldn't have made plans. But with fights like this, I always make plans, and if I have plans or something available, I always do that, and then I'll just come back and catch it on the replay or whatever. Because I watch all the fights, but some of them are just not as big, and this is one of the ones. But my brother Brian hit me up and was basically like, bro, like, what the heck did I just see? I'm like, what? So as soon as I get on, you know, I don't even know what he was talking about. But then on Facebook, after I, saw his message, I saw Jaime Munguia gets knocked out, and I'm like, what the heck? So from what I saw, man, it looked like Jaime Munguia definitely put himself in a bad position. He positioned himself bad, to where Bruno was able to blind him with the jab and come with an overhand right, and that's all she wrote. Jaime was knocked out. And did kind of almost beat the 10 count, but either way go, even if he would have beat the 10 count, it wouldn't have been safe for him to continue. And the referee stopped the fight. And that's all she wrote. And all I have to say is, like, that's crazy. Wow. It sucks because, man, I was happy for Jaime Munguia for keeping himself active and busy. It's something that I feel like a lot of fighters should do. But unfortunately, this one punch derailed his career by at least a year and a half or 2 years. And this is why I say that. You think De La Hoya was protecting him before. Now, because he got knocked out by somebody that only has 4 knockouts, or had 4 knockouts, in De La Hoya's mind, Jaime Munguia is not safe whoever he fights, right? Now, again, going back to the knockout, one of the things I wanted to address is, like, the variables that could cause him to not have a lot of knockouts. It could be he's just not a finisher. It could be, you know, when you fight like a fight like Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather, you know, you're not really doing a lot. You're pitching what's given to you and you take advantage of it, but you're not really doing a lot to create much to better your chances, or not taking enough risk, because you are putting yourself at risk when you go for a knockout. You know, so it's just many things and whatnot. But De La Hoya, with that being said, De La Hoya is really gonna carefully match this man, and this is a huge setback for Jaime Munguia. And I mean, and it's crazy. Like, nobody would have ever expected that, right? Just 2 fights ago, you went the distance with Canelo Alvarez. Just 2 fights ago, and now who would have ever thought that, you know, a legend, a Hall of Famer like Canelo Alvarez, you go the distance with, but somebody with 4 knockouts who's never fought anybody remotely close to the level that you're on is able to knock you out. Again, it wasn't because of what Bruno did. It was because of the mistake that Jaime did. Jaime put himself in a bad position, and that's what happened or whatnot. It is what it is. Maybe Jaime got comfortable in there. Maybe Jaime took the punch, because it's also, bro, if a punch that you see coming is not the punch that often knocks you out. It's the punch that you don't see coming. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Jaime got comfortable in there and said, hey, you know, I could take his punch. It is what it is. Boom. Maybe Jaime cut the weight wrong and had a hard time making weight, which that often affects your punch resistance, because you take a lot of water. You know, it cuts a lot of water from reaching your brain or whatnot. Like, it's just a lot that could go in, but nobody saw this coming. So De La Hoya now is going to be very careful with Jaime Munguia's fights. And what makes it even worse, and that I'm afraid of, is a type of knockout like this can really affect one's career. Now, we've seen fighters come back from, you know, bad losses, but a lot of times we see fighters come out for that and they're not ever the same fighter. So, I don't know. The Edgar Berlanga fight is off. I wanted to see that fight bad. The Caleb Plant fight is off. I wanted to see that fight bad. Excuse me. But it'll be a while before Jaime Munguia is at that point again. It's gonna take him a minute. He has to first off, when you get knocked out like that, he can't even have any type of any type of contact for like 3 months. You know, I don't know, man. All of 2025, instead of him having the big fights, he's gonna be rebuilding himself. And maybe towards the end of 2026, we'll see him in it if he keeps winning. If he comes back as the same fighter, which I don't know, we'll have to see. It's so much we don't know. But you know, this is boxing. This is why we love the sport, man. This is it happens. So, you know, we'll see, man. You know, shout out to Bruno for getting the upset and changing his life. Now he's gonna feed his family. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Do you think this is it for Jaime Munguia? Do you see him making a comeback? But what do I know?